the importance of sharing what it is that they went through. Now, I'm not saying that you have to sit here and tell every single detail about what you went through, but it is good for you to share with others, different experiences that you've had on the journey. But the reason why I say that it's good to share that is because when you actually share those different things, it allows for people to be able to learn. And if you aren't learning from the different things that you've been to, that's honestly where the problem is, because everything that we go through in life is a learning opportunity. Like, you had a relationship and things didn't work out. Well, what are some things that you learned from that relationship? Whether it's with your parents, or maybe it's, with your friends, or even with a significant other. Maybe you had a job and you were at a job and you ended up learning some lessons from that job. Or maybe you end up having an experience, that, caused some trauma or different things like that. Those are different things to work through. And when you work through them, you are able to tell your story that's able to help somebody else. And I know that it can be hard. I know that, a lot of times it's like, man, like, I'm going through this by myself. But the reality of it is, if you are still alive, God has a purpose for your life. Like, God had a reason for you to be able to be strong enough to go through that. Like, God doesn't allow for things to happen. Sometimes in certain situations, if we're around certain people, the devil uses that as a way to get to you, because he knows that God has something for you. He knows that God has something planned for you. And if you can actually change your mindset from thinking of being a victim of your circumstance, and you can actually say, I am a conqueror of my circumstance, that's going to change the game. So many people are going throughout life and they have a victim mentality. They're like, oh, poor me. Oh, this happened to me. And this was, this is why I can't do X, Y, Z. And then when you go and ask them, you're like, how long ago did that happen? And they're like, oh, it was 5 years ago. It was 10 years ago. And it's like, so you have been allowing for that to control you for the last 5 to 10 years of your life. Like, so much life has happened. So many things have been able to go on, and you have possibly even missed out on your blessing because you have been so focused on what happened and not what's happening. So if you desire for any area of your life to get better, you have to start taking accountability and taking an assessment of, okay, look, this happened in my life. This shouldn't have happened in my life. It happened. What can I learn from it? How can I move on? Because at the end of the day, you never know who you're going to meet and who your story is going to inspire. I mean, even with me, a lot of people say like, man, Matt, you're out there and working as an engineer and all this other stuff. But people didn't see the times where I was working 3 or 4 jobs when I was in college to try to make it through engineering school. People didn't see the different relationships that I went through and I had to learn from. People didn't see a lot of those different things, and they just automatically assume that life is perfect, and life is not perfect. I just made a decision that I wasn't going to let the things that were happening in my life or the things that happened in my life to define who I am. And I also am now starting to understand that by sharing my story with other people, that is going to help them on their journey in what we call life, because life is hard. And many people think that they are in this world by themselves, but you will be surprised that when you start talking to people and when you start sharing your story with certain people. Now, I'm not saying share with everybody, because some people want to know your business just so they can have something to talk about. But when you actually find good people that you can talk to, that you can share your story with, and that can actually help you on the process or on this journey called life, like, it's going to be so amazing. So I hope that y'all have a great day, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace out for now.